Today's video is going to be on the new Kage rod and reel. Okay, beautiful looking combo. Love the cork, love the cork knobs, which do have a finish on them. We'll get into that, but just a quick look at the combo there. Matches very well. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the reel here. And guys, I'm not going into all the specs on this reel. If you guys want to see, you know, every spec, look it up online. This is going to be just a quick video on first impressions and all that. The first thing I think, at least I noticed, this is a 150 size reel, and it's very palmable. Okay, is that even a word, Mike? Palmable? It's very easy to palm, and it is a 150 size reel. But at least for me, I don't think I have a huge hand, but you know, it basically, to me, it feels like a 100 size reel. It seems like maybe it's maybe a bit wider, a little more stubby, but for a 150 size reel, to me, feels fantastic in hand. This is probably the smallest, like, feeling 150 size reel in hand. Okay, like I said, it feels like a normal 100 size reel. Okay. It's got the, I think they call that the zero adjust. So all I did was adjust the brakes here. Got them on, looks like 8. And this reel is a caster, okay? Before we cast, we're using Seagar. This is Tactics braid, okay? 50-pound test. And I went with Tactics for 2 reasons. The first reason, this is a 4-strand braid. So it's a bit more, I guess you'd call it rough. It'll cut through the vegetation a bit better. So that's one reason. And the other reason is it has a bit smaller diameter compared to Smackdown. I don't know the exact specs. I'll put them on the screen for you guys. But the 50-pound Tactics was just a bit smaller than the 50-pound Smackdown. So for those 2 reasons, we went with Tactics. Definitely check it out, though. It's a great casting braid as well. Okay. Now, if you need to be a bit more stealthy, be more quiet, you're going to want to go with the Smackdown, just because that 4-strand braid is a bit louder. Okay, it's a bit more coarse, but it's a great casting braid as well. So let's make a cast here. So you can see here the spool, it's actually a little over full. I mean, I got it all the way up to the brim there. Again, the brakes are on 8. I mean, you can send a frog across the lake. Great casting reel, just like with all Daiwas. Great control. I'm not going to work the frog to try to catch a fish on camera for you guys. I'm just showing you guys it's a great caster. I mean, didn't even touch the spool till the end there, and that's basically across the cove. I mean, it's a great casting reel. Something else to keep in mind, I'm getting that kind of distance with 50-pound braid and only a 7-foot rod. Didn't touch the reel or the spool till the very end there. Again, great caster, great control. Love the reel, 100%. It's a 7-speed. So I don't believe they had it in the 6. It's a 7-speed or an 8. You guys know I'm not much of a super fast reel guy, so I went with the 7. And for me, a 7-speed is great for frogging. Again, it's not too fast, not too slow. It still has plenty of power being a low 7 there. So again, 7-speed, SV spool, I believe, a 7-1 Kage SV, TW, got the T-wing system, just one heck of a reel. Again, this is not a review. If you guys want the specs, look them up. But love the reel so far. And these knobs here, it's very hot out here. Obviously, we're sweating and all that. And these knobs, they're not like, what's the word I'm looking for here? They're not really absorbing like the sweat. There's kind of like a slick coating, almost like they're coated in plastic. Okay, so I did not seal the knobs on the handle here. I did seal the cork on the rod. But these knobs, it just wipes right off. Like I said, the sweat and all that, it's not absorbing into the cork handles. It does look like there's some sort of plastic coating on those knobs. So digging that. Let's talk about the rod. This is the Finesse Frog jig rod. It's a 7-foot, but it's a medium heavy heavy. This reminds me of Kistler. They have some rods that are like a 4.5, so it's not quite a heavy, but there's a bit more power in the rod than a medium heavy. So you could call it, I guess you could call it a light heavy or a heavy medium heavy, basically. And I can tell just from bending this rod, it definitely has a bit more power in it than your standard medium heavy. You guys can see that right there. Okay. And you'll also notice, I believe it's a regular, let's see here. I believe it's a regular action. And for Daiwa, that means moderate. And you can see here, it's not like a parabolic rod. Once that action or that tip shuts off, you're right into the power.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Better fish, dude.
Oh yeah.
Better fish.
Oh yeah. Oh.
All right, dude, that's a solid 3.
Oh yeah.
Swamp Lord.
Oh yeah. So you get the hook.
All right.
All right.
Dude, that's a nice chunk, man.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Solid. Let's get the release here for the camera dies. That's a solid. That's solid 3, dude.
Yeah.
Solid 3. Thank you, baby. Gotta toss you. This is the perfect frog rod. Again, plenty of tip to allow the fish to get the bait, but of course, plenty of power to drive those hooks. I'm using the Berkley Swamp Lord. Now again, this is called a Finesse frog. Okay, Finesse frog. But the rating is 1/4 to 1.5 ounces. Okay, I would think more of your Finesse frogs are more like the Booyah, like the small pad crashers, like the mini. Those are like what, 3/8 of an ounce or something like that, somewhere around that range. So for it to handle like 1.5 ounces, I mean, that's a pretty good sized frog. These Swamp Lords, I'm sure these are anywhere from probably, I mean, I really don't know, probably 1/2 ounce to maybe 5/8. And like I said, the rod loads just fine because it does load down to 1/4, obviously, so no problem at all loading this frog. But you can put a pretty beefy frog on this rod. Like I said, don't let that fool you. It says Finesse frog, but it will handle up to 1.5 ounces. Okay. It also says jig, so if you want to put some heavy jigs on there, you can as well. And the line rating is 12 to 25 pound test. But so far, man, loving this combo. This is my first day using it. Like I said, only caught the 1 fish on it, but absolutely love it. Okay, all cork here. It has the, what do they call that? I don't remember the name. Air sensor. Maybe it's called air sensor reel seat. That could be. And I believe this was on, Steez. It came down to Zillion. Now it's on the Kage. And something else you'll notice too, obviously full cork here, but this is a much longer handle than like your traditional rods. Hey Mike, do me a favor. Bring your rod over here. Do a quick comparison here. Mike's in the shade, I don't blame him. It is brutal hot out here. But when you're working a frog, I mean, it can get in your way. I mean, it's basically on my elbow when I'm working my frog. But you can see here, reel to reel, we got a few extra inches on there. So definitely a longer handle, which is going to give you more leverage. I definitely feel it under my elbow, like I said, when I'm working the frog there. So it definitely works for that, but it could also be in your way. I really don't have an issue with it yet. I do like the extra length for the leverage. And like I said, it's not really got my way yet. So far, so good. But just, I don't know, I really do like it. I really like it for frogs. And I was thinking too, like I said, I didn't really pay much attention to the weight specs when I picked it up. I thought really this would only be a Finesse frog rod for me. But now that it can handle, 1.5 ounces, I mean, this will be my go-to frog combo. Obviously, it'll handle the smaller frogs, but it'll handle your normal size frogs as well. And I've always liked a shorter rod as well for frog fishing, just because I'm not really a super tall dude. And, if I'm working the frog, no different really if I'm working like a popper or walk the dog bait. I don't really like a super long rod just because the tip ends up being in the grass or smacking the boat. In this case, I got to kind of work it up just because the grass is so tall. But if I was on my boat, again, if I had a long rod, that tip would be in the water. So I've always liked a shorter rod. Years ago though, I used to use like a 7-11. Went down to like a 7.6, went down to a 7.4. At one time I had a 6.8, and now I'm back up to a 7-footer. But so far, man, I'm really liking this combo here. All right, guys, well, the camera died again. It's been dying all day. A little trick for the GoPros. Used to be run a power pack because the batteries is what gets hot and shuts the camera down. This camera, no batteries, power pack, still shutting down. So I guess we're done recording for the day. But what I was trying to say before it shut off before was I have a couple other Kage rods, which we'll do those on the boat. One's a 7.3, I believe it's a medium heavy fast, like a multi-purpose rod. And then I have a cranking rod. So we'll do, like I said, those rods next on the boat. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. But like I said, man, so far loving the Kage Finesse Frog and the Kage Reel. Definitely check them out. I'll link them down below for you guys. But again, that's the Kage combo. Okay. So I caught that 3-pounder.
Yeah.
So I guess I get a big gulp and a nacho, and
I get the bill.
and I gets the bill.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash that thumbs up. Love you guys. We will see you guys on the next one.
Bye.